Hello dear students, this is Dr. Adwait and welcome to yet another lecture on Dr. Adwait's NEET Biology. Now, today's video is a very special lecture for those students who are going to appear for NEET 2020. Today is the 4th of July 2020 and as most of you already know, NEET has been postponed to 13th of September 2020. So NEET has been postponed once again from the 26th of July to the 13th of September. Because of this, there is a lot of unrest in the student community. A lot of students are already extremely depressed and disappointed because they were anyways prepared to give NEET on the 3rd of May. Then it got postponed to the 26th of July. And here, as we stand today, it has been postponed yet again to the 13th of September. So a lot of students are depressed, they are tired of this, they don't know what to study, they don't know how much to study. Maybe there are students who are giving NEET for the second time, for the third time. This may be their second or their third attempt. So the entire student community right now is going through this phase of uncertainty, depression, and a lot of students have been calling me, have been messaging me, and have been asking me for help. So this video is for all those students who are going to be appearing for NEET in 2020. I am not going to be talking about high level things today. I am going to give you very clear cut instructions with downloads available to you for free, which you are supposed to follow day by day. If you do everything that I am discussing in this video, I can assure you that you are going to get a great score, at least as far as biology is concerned. So this is going to be my strategy for all of you dear students who are going to appear NEET in 2020. Let's start. As of yesterday, that was the 3rd of July 2020, the HRD ministry has announced that the NEET examination will be held on the 13th of September. So this news came just yesterday on the 3rd of July at 7:27 p.m. Now, that means that from coming Monday, so this video is being shot on the 4th of July. I'm going to try and have it online by the 5th of July, which is Sunday. And from the coming Monday, that is the 6th of July, the time interval to NEET examination, which is on 13th of September, is going to be a total of 70 days. Now children, the key word here is 70 extra days. So rather than having a mindset or an attitude that it is getting postponed by 70 days, why don't you look at it as 70 extra days that you are going to get to prepare even more and to consolidate your knowledge even more for the NEET exam, which is now going to be conducted on 13th September. Now these extra 70 days, dear students, are going to be the difference between success and failure. There are a lot of children who have already given up on NEET. They are depressed, they don't know what to do, maybe they don't have anybody to support them, they are by themselves at their home, they might even be in their village, they might not have the resources. So there are many children who have given up. If you are one of those students who is seeing this video right now, my sincerest request to all of you is do not give up. My request to all of you is persist. That is my number one advice to all of you. The dictionary describes persist as to continue on a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. So I can empathize with all of you. It is difficult. It has become even more difficult with this uncertainty that will the NEET exam be conducted? When is it going to be conducted? And most of you are thinking, अरे तारीख पे तारीख पे तारीख, पहले 3rd में बोला, अभी बाद में 26 जुलाई बोला, अभी 13 सितंबर हो गया है, 13 सितंबर को भी होगा कि नहीं होगा. So I want to tell you something, dear students, which is that please try to focus on those things which you can control. नीट कब होगा, होगा कि नहीं, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, ये कोई भी चीज़ें आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है. These are things which are beyond your control. These are things that nobody can control. But what you can control is your effort, your hard work, your determination, your attitude. These are all the things that you can control. So the only thing that I want you to focus on for the next 70 days is persist. Persist, as I have written here. Continue on your course of action, on your goal, which is NEET 2020, in spite of all these difficulties which are coming in your way. Remember that great things require time, they require persistence, and if you want a stethoscope around your neck, if you want to become a doctor, and if that is your dream and you want to have that stetho around your neck, there is just one simple advice that I want to give you, and that is don't quit. Do not give up right now. It would be a grave mistake. All of you would have studied for the last 2 years, maybe some of you have even studied for the last 3 years. This is the absolute worst time to give up. Do not quit. Keep working. As far as biology is concerned, I just told you that I'm going to give you a detailed day-by-day plan from the 6th of July that you should execute to cross more than 320 in bio. So all you got to do is stick to the plan, persist and keep working. Just don't quit. Do not give up on your dream. Right. So with that in mind, let's talk about the revision strategy for biology. What are the things that you can do? So let me now tell you a few things which you may or may not know. So what you definitely know is that there are 10 units in bio, as you can see here, and I have listed them out according to the 11th standard units and the 12th standard units. So you can see that all of these 5 units, the first 5 units are in 11th, and these are the units which are there in the 12th standard. Next to it here, you can see the number of chapters per unit. For example, diversity in living world has 4 chapters, structural organization in plants and animals has 3, cell structure and function has 3, plant physiology has 5, so on and so forth. So this is something that you already know. Now what I have sat and done in the last few days is I have compiled this data for you, that the average number of questions which are asked in each unit since 2013. NEET came into existence in 2013, and since then there have been about 8 NEET examinations which have been conducted. So there were 2 examinations in 2016, and that is why instead of 7 there were actually 8 papers which have been conducted so far. Here I have written the average number of questions since 2013. So what I have done is, if we take diversity in living world, this unit which has 4 chapters, I have seen how many questions were asked in 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then averaged it out over the period of 8 years. So the average number is about 12 questions in the first unit since 2013. So I sat and I did that for all the chapters which you can see here, So these are the average number of questions asked per unit since 2013. Now, this is the important insight from this evaluation of data. So what I did now was, I took the average number of questions asked per unit and I divided it by the number of chapters in the unit. So that would give us a rough idea about number of questions per chapter from a particular unit. So if you look at this data given here, then you can see that diversity in living world is about 3 questions per average from each chapter. So each chapter में से around 4 questions आ रहे हैं. So हाँ, ऐसा हो सकता है कि लिविंग वर्ल्ड में से थोड़े कम क्वेश्चंस हो, बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशंस में से थोड़ा ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस हो, that can happen, but on an average I can say that unit 1 is having 3 questions on an average per chapter. So once you sit and you execute that, you can clearly see which units are the most important. So for example, if you were to take the unit of genetics and evolution, in the last 8 papers, ever since NEET came into existence, before that it was AIPMT, ever since NEET came into existence from 2013, there has been an average of 13 questions which has been asked from just this one single unit 7, genetics and evolution, which means that from every chapter here, there has been an average of 4.33, more than 4 questions per chapter has been asked from this unit. So similarly, the ones which I have highlighted here in red, in yellow, as you can see, so cell structure and function is an average of around 3.5 questions per chapter. You have the first unit, which is about 3 questions per chapter. So according to this, you can figure out which units are important and which units are not that important, or at least comparatively a little bit less important. What is shocking in this is that plant physiology on an average has only 7 questions asked for the entire unit. So there are 5 chapters and only 7 questions are asked, which is about only 1 question or 1.5 questions per chapter, whereas the same number is about 4.5 for the unit of genetics and evolution. So with this data, what I have actually done is I have given a rank to each and every unit. So when you take this data, I have given a rank which you can now see for each and every unit, that which is the unit which is most valuable, which you should revise first, and which you should ensure that you know everything about. So according to this last column, I have given ranking on this side. So you will notice that genetics and evolution is number 1. So that is the first thing that you should be revising and doing. Accordingly, rank number 2 has gone to cell structure and function, which is about 3.5 questions per chapter. So this way I have ranked all of the units, and that is basically how I have prepared an entire chart for which biology chapters you should be preparing first and which you should be preparing later on. So this is now the arrangement according to the rank. So you should be doing genetics and evolution first, followed by cell structure and function, animal physiology, followed by diversity in living world, structural organization at number 5, ecology at number 6, reproduction unit at number 7, biology and human welfare at number 8, plant physiology and biotechnology at the very end. So basically, if you have been struggling in these units, you can do them earlier as well, but as far as their weightage in NEET is concerned, it is very less as compared to the other chapters which I have ranked higher as compared to these 2 units. So I hope that that is clear to all of you. Now, those of you who are absolutely eagle-eyed and have understood this concept, you may be questioning, okay, sir, animal physiology mein there are only 2 questions per chapter, then why have you put it at number 3 ahead of diversity, which has about 3 questions per chapter? And dear students, the reason for that is the volume of questions asked. मतलब कि animal physiology में से total 14 questions आ रहे हैं, which is the highest for any unit. There is no other unit जिसमें से ज़्यादा questions पूछे जाते हैं as compared to animal physiology. So even though per chapter खाली 2 ही questions आ रहे हैं, total ये unit में से 14 questions आते हैं on an average. So that is why I have kept it at number 3. But it is no doubt that genetics, evolution, cell structure are extremely important, and you should not be leaving a single line from any of these. So I hope that this ranking system is now clear to all of you, right? So with this in mind, I have prepared this PDF. It's a 2-page PDF, and it is a detailed timetable for every single day starting from the 6th of July right up to the NEET examination, which is going to be on the 13th of September. So for the entire 70 days, I am giving you clear instructions about what you should be doing on each day. This PDF is something which you can easily find via a download link which I have given in the description below. So just check the description of this YouTube video and you will be able to easily find this PDF. This PDF is absolutely free for you to download. All you have to do is click on the link and you should be getting a PDF on your phone or on your computer. Now, my request to all of you is please make a physical copy of this PDF. Go to any local Xerox wala if you don't have a printer at home, and please take a printout of this PDF, which is only 2 pages, just 2 pages. It will be very helpful to you, as I shall explain subsequently in the next 15-20 minutes. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I am going to give you step-by-step instructions on how you are supposed to do which chapter on which day, and I am now also going to explain to you what you are supposed to do. So I hope that this is clear to everybody, that just take a printout of this PDF from the link given in the description below, and then we shall see what you are supposed to do once you have a printout of this. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to zoom into a part of this PDF so that I can explain it a little bit better. So now here you will see that on the 6th of July, Monday, I have said that you are supposed to do principles of inheritance. On Tuesday, you are supposed to do molecular basis of inheritance. On Wednesday, you are supposed to do evolution. And then on Thursday, there is a gap where I have said solve mock 1 or catch up. Now, what is this mock situation? I will explain to you at the end of today's lecture. But what does this catch up mean? Now, on every Thursday and Saturday in this schedule, it's a break day for you, which is devoted to catching up. So as far as my instructions are concerned, on this day, you solve a full mock paper, which is going to be of 180 questions, exactly like how it is in the NEET. So on this day, you are supposed to solve one full length mock paper. So that should take you about 3 hours. Now the rest of the day is for you to catch up on any topic which you were not able to do in the previous 3 days. So for example here, while you were doing principles of inheritance, molecular basis and evolution, if you were not able to do something on these 3 days, then you can catch up on this day. So this break in your week, so out of the 7 days in the week, 2 days, Thursdays and Sundays, I have allotted to paper solving and catching up. I also know that this is just biology. You are also going to be doing physics as well as chemistry. So there will be times when you might have to catch up. And in that situation where you are supposed to catch up, I wanted to give you a few breathing space. And this is the day when you shall be doing that, on Thursdays and Sundays. Like I said, I will tell you more about the mock situation at the end of the lecture, or at the end of this video lecture. Okay, so there are 3 columns in the end that you can see here. The first one is NCERT, the second one is exemplar/PYQ, that is previous year questions, and the third column is for doubts. So let's discuss the first one, which is NCERT. Now the first column, NCERT, basically means that you are supposed to read this chapter, this particular chapter from NCERT once again. Even if you've read it for 3 times, 4 times, you're going to read it once again on that particular day, which for principles of inheritance is going to be Monday, the 6th of July. So now comes the question as to how do we read the NCERT? How do we read it? Because we've read it multiple times and अभी और एक बार, मैंने तो 4 बार पढ़ लिया, 5वीं बार कौन पढ़ेगा, 6ठी बार कौन पढ़ेगा, मैं तो NCERT पढ़ के पक गया हूँ. But as you all know, majority of the questions are going to come from NCERT. So your understanding of NCERT is going to be extremely important. So there are a few things which I'm going to tell you about how are you supposed to read from NCERT. So the headings which we are going to discuss are the actual text of the NCERT, the summary given behind every chapter, the scientist biography that is also given at the beginning of each unit, the diagrams which are given in NCERT, how are you supposed to go through them, and flowcharts, and how should you be making flowcharts and using them while you are reading from NCERT. So each of these points we are going to discuss as we proceed with today's lecture. Okay, so first about the actual text. Now majority of you would have read everything from the NCERT, you may have even read it diligently, very closely, but to give you an example of how you can make your knowledge even more consolidated in your brain, this is what you can do. So this is an actual paragraph from Cell, the Unit of Life, and this is under the endomembrane system, the endoplasmic reticulum. And here, the last paragraph here is where I want you to focus on. It says that in animal cells, lipid-like steroidal hormones are synthesized in SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So now, why is this paragraph highlighted here? Why am I highlighting it for you? Because in the chapter of chemical coordination, they haven't mentioned anything about where steroid hormones are produced in a cell. But they have mentioned it here in the chapter of Cell. They have clearly said that steroidal hormones are made in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now the problem is that if a question on this is asked, your brain is immediately going to go to that area where you have information stored regarding chemical coordination. Your brain is not going to think that this information was given in the chapter of Cell. So while reading this, I want you to open chemical coordination and write this point there, because you know that this point is related to chemical coordination. So it will take you only a couple of minutes to do this, but if you are able to do this, then it is going to make a huge difference in your consolidation, because you are able to link one topic to another topic. You are able to link something given in Cell to something given in chemical coordination. Now you might also think that why do I need to do this? It's fine. If I stress a little bit during the NEET exam, I will remember that I have read this in Cell. And that, dear students, is the point that I am trying to make. If you have to think for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds for a biology MCQ in the NEET examination, then you are wasting time. You will not be able to finish the physics section, which requires more time, if you devote time to direct lines from NCERT like this. So if you waste 30 seconds remembering all this, it's a waste of time. But if right here, you told yourself that this could also be asked in chemical coordination, I should remember that this may also be there in chemical coordination, your brain will immediately remember it if something like this comes in the NEET examination. So this is the first thing I want you to do. If you haven't done it so far, will not take too much time. The second example that I wanted to show you was this particular paragraph from the chapter of human reproduction, as you all can figure out. Now, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Just read through this on your screen. Just quickly read through this on your screen. Just read through this part on your screen. So I'm giving you 30 seconds. Alright, so I think majority of you have quickly read through this, and now I want you to answer this question. In your mind, just come up with the answer to this question. You just read it in the NCERT as to what is the answer to this question. Okay, do all of you now have a question, have an answer in mind? Do all of you have an answer in mind for this? Okay, fantastic. To all of you who said the answer was 250, that is the wrong answer. The correct answer to this question is 500. So, let me show you that paragraph once again, and let me show you something in detail. So, this word here, testes, is TESTIS, and this word here is TESTES. Now, if you've just been reading this chapter casually, maybe you did not notice that this is singular and this is plural. Singular, plural. So, if you can see in the question that I asked you before, I had asked you about plural. And as far as plural is concerned, the data given to you here is for a single testis. is for a single testis, which is 250. So of course for 2 it is going to be 500. So this was a very simple MCQ that they can ask you, which is based completely from the NCERT textbook, which you may make a mistake in. So details like this are there in NCERT in a lot of chapters. This is just one example. So don't think or overestimate that you know NCERT properly. Even if you know NCERT properly, I want you to sit down, put your head down and read NCERT with diligence once again, with a new determination that I have 70 more days. I'm going to crack the NEET exam. I'm going to cross 330 in bio. With that determination, read it again. So if these two previous things were not in your mind, which I just discussed about the cell bit and how to connect chapters together and how to read chapters with more focus, please ensure that you do this for the remaining 7 days. It will make a huge difference to your score in biology. Great. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the summary given at the end of each chapter. Many of you simply avoid that summary कि अगर summary है तो basically chapter का ही summary है ना, तो जो chapter में लिखा होगा वही उधर होगा. But वैसा नहीं है. Look at this question. Inability to produce children even after dash years of sexual cohabitation is called infertility. So can you tell me the number of years which would be the answer to this question? Now the answer to this question is 2 years. Majority of you may be wondering कि अरे ये किधर है? So in the chapter of reproductive health, this information on page number 65 in the 12th standard NCERT textbook is given here. The exact answer, 2 years. But it is given nowhere in the chapter itself. So if you read the whole chapter of reproductive health, this point is not given. It is given only in the summary. So if you have been missing out and not reading the summary so far, it is extremely important that you read the summary to each and every chapter properly. Don't miss out on that. Okay. The third thing I want to talk about is the scientist biography and the introduction to each unit. So since we are talking about the unit of reproduction, unit number 6 in 12th standard, let me just show you what they have given about this unit. So they have given you a lot of information here, which you can see, and you might wonder that what is the significance of this? यहाँ पे जो भी लिखा है आगे सब chapters में तो आएगा ही. The idea here is that a few lines from here may be asked to you in questions like true or false. So they are giving you 4 statements and asking you to pick out the true statement. So out of the 4 statements, they can pick one statement from here. And you may be wondering when you see that कि ये NCERT में किधर दिया है? दिया है भाई NCERT में ही दिया है, यहाँ पर दिया है at the introduction to each unit. In fact, at the beginning of each unit, they have also given a scientist along with his achievements. So for the unit of reproduction, they have given Mr. Maheshwari, and here they have given dates, etc., which are not really important. So individual dates for this are not important, but all dates given in the actual text are definitely important. If you have the time and if your preparation is extremely strong, you can memorize these dates as well, But if you don't do them, not necessary. But whatever is written here is important. So for example, here you read the last line. The very first textbooks of biology for higher secondary schools published by NCERT was by him. So they can ask you that NCERT books जिसमें से आपने ये सब कुछ पढ़ा है, चालू किसने किया भाई? इन्होंने. So there is a chance that things might come from here. Please do not leave it. If you are aiming for spectacular marks in bio, which if you are seeing this video, you definitely should be aiming for that, and I would urge you to read this. So don't just read the text. Please read the summary given after the text and also read the instruction as well as the scientist bio given before the chapter. Clear? Right. Next, let's move on to diagrams. Now, each and every diagram in NCERT is extremely important because they will show you a diagram and they will simply point to a thing. They will simply point to a thing and they will ask you कि ये क्या है? What is the thing which is marked? Now I took this plastid, which is a chloroplast, and the reason why I took this was that this has been marked as a starch granule. Can you see that? Now the thing is that chloroplast has a little bit of starch granules, has not been mentioned anywhere in the chapter of photosynthesis. इधर लिखा ही नहीं है photosynthesis में. They have also marked this thing which you can see here as a lipid droplet. So now they can give you this diagram, they can mark this thing and they can simply write A. And in the MCQ they can ask you that if a plastid is completely filled with A, ये जो चीज उन्होंने दिखाई है but लिखा नहीं है कि lipid है, they can ask you कि वो क्या है. And now your mind is thinking कि अरे क्या है, पहले तो ये क्या है. But in the chapter of cell, they have told you that if a plastid contains a lot of starch, then it is called as an amyloplast, and if it contains a lot of lipids, then it is going to be called as an helioplast. अब तुमको मालूम है कि ये diagram is from photosynthesis, but ये सब information is from cell. So it is important that you read each and every diagram, you see the labelings of each and every diagram very very carefully. Also remember that ज़रूरी नहीं है कि नीट में जब लाखों पेपर्स वो लोग प्रिंट कर रहे हैं तो ये डायग्राम एकदम अच्छे से प्रिंट होके आएगा. कुछ 19-20 हो सकता है, शायद आपके ही नसीब बुरे थे कि आपके पेपर का डायग्राम अच्छे से नहीं प्रिंट हुआ. तो उस टाइम पे अगर आपको वो डायग्राम अच्छे से एनसीईआरटी में से मालूम है तो यू कैन इजीली राइट द आंसर टू दैट क्वेश्चन. सो डायग्राम्स आर ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. डू नॉट लीव द डायग्राम्स. ओके, लास्टली flowcharts. Now flowcharts is not something given in NCERT. Flowcharts is something you should be making. I am sure that you must have made a lot of flowcharts. If I have been teaching you, I have been giving you a lot of flowcharts. Even if I have not taught you, and if some other good biology teacher has explained to you a lot of the chapters, then you can easily make flowcharts from all the information given in NCERT. Like here you can see I have given a flowchart for types of neurons. There is no special information given here. It is exactly word to word from NCERT, as you can see here. The only difference is that I have made it into a tabulated form which is easy to remember and learn from. So if you can also make flowcharts like this, they will help you. They will help you during revision, they will help you for rapid revision, and they will help your brain to remember information better. So as far as reading the NCERT is concerned, I have now explained to you how to read the actual text. Also focus on the summary and the information given before each unit. Read and understand each and every diagram carefully, and wherever possible try to make flowcharts which will help you remember. So this, dear students, was the first column. Now the first column about NCERT. The second column is regarding exemplar. Now I don't know how many of you know this, but NCERT themselves publish another book which is going to be called as an exemplar. Exemplar में हर एक चैप्टर के थियोरी क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं और 15 से 20 MCQ क्वेश्चंस भी वहाँ पर दिए हैं. So what I have done for you is I have made another PDF, and this PDF is also given in the description below. Easy to download. Now this PDF you don't have to print out. It will be on your computer or it will be on your phone. All you have to do is, after you have read the particular chapter, let's say the first chapter, the living world, you read it. जैसा मैंने तुमको अब भी समझाया, तुमने वो सब कुछ फॉलो किया और पूरा चैप्टर पढ़ा. After reading that, simply come to this PDF on your computer or on your phone and click on this link. The minute you click on this link, you will go to that exemplar file. And then you can simply solve all the MCQs which are given here. All the MCQs given here. In fact, वही PDF के end में, you can see that I have given a link to all the answers as well. So you don't have to use your brain at all. जिस दिन पे बोला है वो चैप्टर पढ़ो, उस दिन जैसा मैंने समझाया वैसे वो चैप्टर पढ़ो. चैप्टर पढ़ने के बाद आप एग्जाम्पलर का ये लिंक ढूंढो और एग्जाम्पलर में जितने भी MCQs दिए वो सॉल्व करो. So all of this has been compiled for you. You don't have to stress too much. All you have to do is follow these instructions. All right. सो वी हैव सीन अबाउट NCERT कि क्या करना है. सो मंडे को जब आप ये चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे, जैसा मैंने बताया, आप यहाँ पे एक टिक करेंगे, यहाँ पे एक टिक करेंगे, क्योंकि आपने इसका प्रिंट आउट निकाला है. फिर आप एग्जाम्पलर के अगर सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं तो आप यहाँ पर भी टिक करेंगे. एंड आई हैव ऑल्सो रिटन PYQ. It's not PVQ, it's PYQ, previous year questions. So all you have to do here is solve the exemplar and solve the previous year questions, which of course you must be having. If you don't have, you can easily call for the MTG book from Amazon, which is now working. So आप Amazon पे से MTG का 32 years का previous years का question का book मंगा सकते हैं, and you can solve all those questions if you have not solved. If you have already solved, then you can just go through your questions, the doubts that you have in those particular questions. So this is a tick mark which you will do if you solve the exemplars according to the link that I have given, and if you have solved the previous year questions. Now, here, if you all have done all of this properly, or if you've done these things previously, then you can also solve all the difficult questions of these chapters from whichever book you must be solving. The books which I have recommended, or the books which you have purchased, or which you have from your classes, from the biology teachers who have recommended the books to you. Simply go to this chapter and जो भी difficult questions आपने पहले solve किए थे, उसको आप एक बार revise करो. So, exemplar, previous year questions, and difficult questions which you have solved previously for this particular chapter. That's all. And if you do that, put a tick here. Now, the last column here is going to be for doubts. So, if while doing all these exercises, especially while reading the NCERT, if there is a single line in the NCERT which you did not understand, please, please, please reach out to whoever is teaching this to you. If I have taught all this to you, you reach out to me. If somebody else, if there is another bio teacher who has been teaching this to you, please reach out to them and you ask them कि बाबा ये पेज पे NCERT की बुक में 11th स्टैंडर्ड के पेज नंबर 32 पे मेरे को ये लाइन में डाउट है, आप प्लीज मुझे ये एक्सप्लेन करो. It would be extremely silly if you go for the NEET exam now without clarifying each and every doubt that you have, because you have, Bhagwan ki daya se, it's a gift to you from God that you have 70 extra days. There is no excuse for not knowing a single line in the NCERT textbook. Every line should be clear in your mind. So reach out to your teachers. I'm sure everybody will be more than happy to help you. So, if whatever doubt you had in that particular lecture gets cleared by the teacher, then you put a tick mark here as well. Put a tick mark here as well. So, मंडे को आपने प्रिंसिपल्स पढ़ा, एनसीईआरटी में से जैसे मैंने समझाया वैसे पढ़ा तो टिक मारो. मैंने दी गए एग्जाम्पलर लिंक्स अगर आपने सॉल्व किए, आपने प्रीवियस ईयर के क्वेश्चंस देख लिए, साथ साथ में आपने जो पहले आपने सॉल्व किया था उसके डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस भी देख लिए, तो यहाँ पे टिक मारो. और अगर चैप्टर में कहीं पे भी कोई भी डिफिकल्ट चीज़ें हैं जिसमें आपको डाउट था, तो वो डाउट क्लियर होने के बाद ही यहाँ पर टिक मारो. सो दिस इज वॉट यू हैव टू फॉलो डे बाई डे. And like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday, you will play catch up if you were not able to do it in those particular 2 or 3 days. Now, I told you sometime in the beginning that I will talk about what this mock situation is. So, on every Thursday and Sunday, I expect that you will solve an entire 180 question, 720 mark mock paper of NEET. Whichever institute you have joined, if you are with me, I will be providing it to you. If you are with some other teacher, if you are with some other bio teacher, if you are with some other institute, they will be providing the mock papers to you. And let's say that you are a student who has none of these resources. So for you, there is going to be the National Test Abhyas app. Now this is a free app by the NTA, most of you know it. As of today, this app has 44 tests for NEET. As far as 4th of July 2020 is concerned, this app has 44 mock tests for NEET. So for everybody who is seeing this video, please try to solve all 44. If you are unable to solve all 44, please solve the biology section for all the 44 tests. That should not be difficult. If you can't solve everything, at least solve the biology section. So that is doable. So अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसा सोर्स नहीं है जो आपको मॉक पेपर्स प्रोवाइड करे, तो आप यहाँ पे से कोई भी रैंडमली आप मॉक पेपर्स लीजिए और वो सॉल्व कीजिए. So even if you do that, in this timetable, there is an opportunity for you to give 15 mock tests. So if you are going to solve 15 mock tests, that is going to be close to around 1300 MCQs just for bio. So all you have to do is follow the timetable which I am sharing with you today. Follow that and your marks in biology are going to cross 300, 320. All you have to do is follow it as per my instructions. Great. If you do all of that, then by Thursday, the 27th of August, you will be able to solve up to mock 15. And you would have done all the revision for the 38 chapters in NEET. So from then on, from Friday the 28th of August, I have given you a schedule till the 8th of September to solve each unit. Matlab, on Friday the 28th of August, you are supposed to read entire unit 7, 4 chapters or 3 chapters in one day. So now this will not take time because you are going through rapid revision. So this clarifies everything that you should be doing while you are preparing for NEET 2020. Right. So finally, I want to end this talk, this lecture, by once again reminding you that please be persistent. Himmat mat harna. All these things that you are saying कि ये lockdown हुआ, फलाना हुआ, ढिकाना हुआ, COVID है, क्या होगा, uncertainty. Please remember that these are all the obstacles that you are seeing when you are taking your eyes from your goal of being a doctor, your goal of having a stethoscope around your neck. आपकी नज़र वो गोल पे से हट रही है, इसके लिए आपको ये सब ऑब्स्टिकल्स दिख रहे हैं. Stay focused on your goal and more importantly, have faith. भरोसा रखो कि सब कुछ अच्छा होगा. अगर आपने 2 साल से पूरी मेहनत की है तो कोई तो है जो ये सब का हिसाब रख रहा है. Your effort will not go waste. There are a lot of people who are praying for you. For every child who is giving NEET 2020, my prayers are with you. Your parents' prayers are with you. Your teachers' prayers are with you. And you are working extremely hard. How will you lose? तुमको कौन हराएगा? So my request to all of you is be persistent, have faith, and finally, when you have done everything that you can, God will do what you can't. So have faith that God will definitely help you if you have been working hard so far. So like I said, dear students, just download and print out the timetable given in the description below. Also keep a PDF of the exemplar links available in the description box below on your phone or on your computer, and day by day just follow what is given in the timetable and you will do spectacularly well in bio. If you have seen the video till now and if you've understood everything that I said, if you think that it will make a positive difference in your life and you will be able to now calmly focus on your study, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so that you can get more notification about further videos. Please share this video with as many students as you can who are going to appear for NEET 2020. The goal of this video is to help whichever child is trying to work and do his best for NEET 2020. And finally, if you have any questions or doubts, please put them in the comment box and I will be happy to help you or to reply back to you. Thank you, dear children. Work hard, be nice, and God bless.